guys, happy Wednesday. It's actually a Sunday for me. I've got my headband on because my hair is just like, it wants to fly at every angle at the moment. I am literally meant to be heading off to work. In fact, I am meant to be at work in 3 minutes. It's going to take me a bit longer than 3 minutes to get there. Anyway, I wanted to quickly come on and finish this vlog up. So today, you'll have already seen from the thumbnail that we are doing some Christmas polework creations. Now, I haven't actually stolen these ideas from anyone else. I didn't even look or Google it, but I suspect they're already out there. So we have designed some sort of Christmas polework creations that you can work on with your horse, and it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? We're at the festive time of year. Maybe you're going to do a group lesson, or it's you're at a livery yard and you all want to do like a polework session together. Then this is just a little bit of fun, and actually they worked out really well, and they were really good, and there could be some really tough exercises in there, but yet there was some really nice easy ones. So it's not going to matter what ability your horse has or what level they're at, you can adjust it to suit them. Really easy. So yeah, it just takes a little while to put up. I'm not going to lie, it took me ages to kind of try and draw these things out with poles, but they looked really good. So yeah, I'll talk you through all the different like routes and things you can do with your horse. Lara will obviously be demonstrating on Artie, and yeah, enjoy.
We are starting off with the very festive Christmas tree pole exercise, which was an absolute corker and a lot of fun. And there was literally so many different lines you could take over the Christmas tree. So obviously doing pole work is great for your horse, whether you do it in walk, trot or canter. Great for young horses or older horses. Remember, it's going to be really working your horse's core strength, their overall muscle development, suppleness, footwork, really making them think about where they're putting their feet, as well as being a bit of fun. So we started off by sending Lara and Archie dead straight up the Christmas tree. So the pole pods, which will be used for the trunk of the tree, really helping keep him straight, as well as the point of the tree. Of course, there's two places you can come across it across the middle. So there's a slightly wider bottom section and a slightly smaller top section. I absolutely loved this line in, which was on the angle in, and then making sure Artie turned nice and straight in the middle of the tree. And again, pole pods working a treat there to keep helping Lara keep Artie nice and straight. We popped him up into canter. In canter, do make sure you walk the striding. In walk and trot, you can kind of get away with most strides, but in canter you need to make sure that it suits your horse's stride. And again, there she's now cantering across the middle of the tree. Then we go on to the star, which was my absolute favourite design. I thought this worked so well, and it looked so effective in poles. So there's a particularly one good exercise which was in walk that I absolutely loved, and it's this exercise here that Lara's doing. And this is simply to walk around each point of the star, making sure that Artie stayed nice and soft around her inside leg, that he didn't drift. So making sure that Lara used her outside leg. And the great thing is you can really see how active this exercise is making Artie, bar this one that he skips. But he was really picking up his feet so cleanly, and you can see he's really thinking about what he's doing. So this was a great exercise. Moving on to just doing a couple of the points of the star on their own. So on a straight line, making sure that Artie stays between leg and hand. We then moved on to using just one of the points of the star to do a circle. So of course, using that point, if you do this like tighter part of the point, then it's obviously a shorter stride. If you use the wider part of the point, it's obviously makes for a wider stride. I think what should be a lovely exercise is to move around the star and do a circle off of each point. Then just coming up the centre line, so again working on Artie's straightness. The way the star has been built, it really helps to kind of encourage him to stay nice and straight and in front of Lara's leg. We now move on to the Christmas present. Again, very effective in poles, probably one of the more easy exercises. So if you're on a young horse, I'd suggest perhaps doing this one first. I mean, if you wanted to make these exercises harder, you could always raise the poles. So the great thing about the Christmas present is you can pretty much attack it from any line, any angle. There's lots for the horse to think about. Obviously the centre line is brilliant because it has these funnel of poles, which helps really keep your horse nice and straight. So great if you're on a baby young horse that needs a bit of encouragement to keep nice and straight through the exercises. Also, this kind of flowed really nicely, this exercise. You could keep turning and changing the rein and coming through it, so you didn't sort of have to stop and start again, if you know what I mean. Here working on Artie's rhythm, his balance, his softness, making sure that he stays in a lovely rhythm, that he's swinging over the back, that he stays active and thinking forward. So we popped him up into canter. Again, we walk the stride in to make sure he's fit, but you can see he comes in a little bit steady, so he's a little bit off the stride. And then finally, we have the cocktail glass, which actually turned out to make a far better cracker, but all the exercises are done with my interesting shaped cocktail glass. Again, a lovely fun exercise. You've got the narrow funnel of the cracker or glass, whichever you want to call it. You've got the top parts of it which you could use to do circles through. You could use the corners to make great circles. Again, the stem helping keep Artie nice and straight. Again, be really creative. If you're doing your exercises and walk and trot, be creative, play around, see what funny lines and angles you can make. I loved this one that Lara does here, popping through on a turn and then coming back. And look at that, a great line, really making Artie think about where he's putting his feet. You can see again, just working on his straightness and then turning. You can see there, he actually slightly argued. He wasn't expecting to have to turn. So, you know, surprise your horse. Finally popping through it in canter, we just had to adjust the striding in it. By this point, Artie's got a little bit tired and a bit fed up of how long it takes me to build every exercise. But anyway, have a play around with your horse. I think it'd be a great one to do with friends. Make sure you get some help on the ground to keep rebuilding the exercises for you. But enjoy and yeah, have a bit of festive fun with your horse.